Well, Matt, looking forward to a home game this Saturday against Barrow. 7 days since the last league game. I think when you and I spoke immediately after the game at Doncaster, we were both still slightly in a state of shock. A week on, I guess you've had a chance to look back on it. And what's your more considered reflection? Now you've looked back a few times at probably at the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, and not just at the last couple of minutes, the whole game really. And from 0 to 90, I thought we were excellent. And even when they put the 4 minutes injury time up there at the end of the game, we didn't feel bombarded. We didn't feel under threat. We felt reasonably comfortable. They didn't really create anything. And as you say, just a cross comes in and we don't deal with it properly. And there's a goal and then a ball over the top. And again, gets a bit fortunate off the guy's chest. And Louis slips and whatever else is sort of a catalogue of errors. And suddenly find ourselves losing the game, which is extremely hard to take. And I think I had a chat with the players on the Monday morning, really, and I think maybe the Wembley thing where the last minute equaliser for them against the team who are now in the Championship, by the way, it probably highlights how Sutton can't hold on to wins or can't see it out, and I've gone and backed that up. And I'm not going to reel the stats out with you now, Tony, but I actually went and looked at it on Sunday and looked how many times we've actually lost games late on, and obviously hardly any, if any at all, in the National League season. Obviously the unfortunate Forest Green game, first game, the freak, which I put Doncaster down as a little bit similar to Oldham, where numerous catalogue of things go wrong in one instance, and a bounce of a ball and a spin of a ball and a ricochet and the Oldham game. And then the other two were the only other two were Rochdale and Newport, and Rochdale away from home, 10 men for 45 minutes and really show unbelievable character and get back into the game. And the lad smashes it in from 25 yards. And the other game is playing at Newport County on a Tuesday night for 3/4 of the game, again with 10 men, and Omar playing centre half and players playing that position, and they score a screamer, and unfortunately we concede a penalty at the death there, and we suddenly lose that one. So I've nipped that one in the bud with the players and listened to certain things, and that sort of tag on us, because that's not true at all. We haven't had the success. You don't finish on 76 points and 8th in the league if you can't hold on to wins and can't see games out. And you don't get to the final of the Papa John's, and you don't win the National League if that's a problem within the group. So I'm not concerned about that one little bit. You have got to look at it, make sure that things, like I said to the players after the game, yes, there's mistakes, not just from one person, from several, what have led to those goals. But if they keep happening, then they won't be in the team. But they don't. And if they keep happening, we'll try and coach it and rectify it and deal with it as a group. But unfortunately, footballs can be very cruel at times, and that was a cruel afternoon. And you sometimes don't get what you deserve. And certainly on that day, we didn't. And if you break down the rest of our play and the performance, I thought we were outstanding. And probably the biggest criticism of the day is probably not taking the chances and seeing it out of sight and letting it get to that situation. So that's probably the biggest thing we've looked back and reflected on last weekend.
You mentioned the word freak in your thing. Are you sort of just prepared, happy to write it off as one of those things, and it shouldn't happen again? Just that last one.
But if we've let leads go consistently, it's cost us points 85th minute onwards, whereas I haven't got it right in front of me, but it's probably like 4 times in 100 games. That's not a bad stat, and there will be a hell of a lot of teams on worse situations than that. So no, I'm not like I say, if there's a consistent factor, not just in us conceding late goals, if there's a consistent factor in the way we concede a goal, myself and Jason and the rest of the staff, we've analysed every goal that we scored last year. Where's a common trend that it's come from? Where's a common trend that our goals don't come from? And we look to improve those as well as maintaining the strengths. But on the flip side, where's our goals? What's the most goals we conceded coming from? What type of goal? So we're constantly looking at little trends and improving those bigger trends, if you like, to make sure that they don't keep happening, and constantly then improving us as a team, as individuals, and making sure we can be the best we can possibly be. And you say the word freak, of course I'm not happy, but how many times when we've been winning in games have we comfortably held on and seen it out professionally and got the job done, and that far outweighs an event like Doncaster last Saturday.
And the same starting 11 on Tuesday night, giving a good account of themselves against the League One side, was a good response to any disappointment. Any sort of disappointment might have been in the last few minutes at Doncaster.
Yeah, it was a different type of game. They'd made some changes. I didn't feel I wanted to, and I felt it would be good for the players to continue their togetherness and bounce straight back from that as well. And one of the biggest pitches we played on, one of the biggest pitches in the league there at MK Dons, which certainly makes it difficult as well when you're trying to be compact and solid and against a team who have got really good players and some good experience there as well, and some top players on show. It's difficult to really be compact as you like with such bigger pitch. But again, watching the game back up until their goal was really out of nothing. We probably had the two best chances of the game. They've had a couple of long range chances up until the goal. And then the second half response is excellent, and we look fit, we look strong, and subs had a real good impact for us, and we really pushed towards the end and really pushed to that equaliser, and I'm just fortunate it wasn't to be. So again, the most important thing is the result. We haven't got it, but it's still a hell of a lot of positives to take from the performances, both as a collective group and as individuals.
I haven't looked at all the lineups from the midweek matches. There's a fair chance, though, that we were the only side to name a completely unchanged starting lineup from the one that had played in the league the previous Saturday. Was that was a conscious decision because of partly down to Saturday, or would you have done?
No, many reasons. There's many reasons. I wanted to keep it that way. I don't know. You could well be right. I'm sure teams have made, all right, not maybe drastic changes, but certainly 1, 2, 3, just like Barrow did. In all fairness. But no, that was just the team I picked to go and play MK Dons with everything taken into consideration and factored in for Tuesday night, and I'll be doing the same for tomorrow now.
Now we look ahead to tomorrow, home to Barrow, who had a great start after not such a great season last season. So they'll be coming full of confidence. It's going to be a tough test. Yeah,
a bit of a new manager impact. Who did well at Halifax, and obviously we come across Pete Wiles' teams in the last couple of years in the National League. And the tough test that they were. So we know it's going to be an extremely tough game. He's now having that sort of new manager impact, if you like, and has really got it going with 3 really good results as well. He'll probably be looking at his opening 2 games and thinking they're really tough. Obviously Stockport away just coming up as National League champions and Bradford, and then managed to take Blackpool to penalties and beating them as well. So they'll be full of confidence, and no, we're expecting a really extremely tough game tomorrow.
And some good summer signings they've made from his former club Halifax, and Ben Whitfield from Stockport, another one. Unfortunately, Richie Bennett won't be featuring tomorrow because he's injured. It would have been a good chance to see him back.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure we would want him playing against us. We like Richie a lot. He did so well for us this season, and we'd love him to stay with us. But obviously, personal circumstances meant they had to move back up north. So it's a little bit of a blessing he's not playing against us, because we know Richie can be a really good player.
But they've made those summer signings particularly look dangerous up front this season.
Yeah, they've got good options attacking wise. As you say, Ben Whitfield did really well at Torquay in that season where we pipped him over the line. And Ben Whitfield was a huge player for Torquay that season. Got his move to Stockport, didn't quite work out there, but there's certainly a talent there, and we've certainly got to be on our game, not just with him, but many of their attacking players going forward tomorrow.
Now, from our position, we now know the situation regarding Ben Goodliff, and of course, we saw Kobe Rowe limp off on Tuesday at Milton Keynes. What's the situation there at the moment?
Yeah, not too bad at all with Kobe. It was a little bit more of precaution, so not too bad at all. So it's not a major concern there with Kobe. No, really unfortunate news this week with Ben. Been a top player for us. He's one of my first signings. Obviously, Jace's son. He's been an integral part of our success, and was doing so well, hitting the ground running in the Football League last year, and was going to be a massive player for this year. But I know the character, and even this week, some people act in different ways. He's come in every single day, even though he gave the player the option for his mental state really to see how he wants to deal with this setback. but he's in every day in the gym, and he's already doing his rehab, and he's got his brace on, and he'll be at the game tomorrow. He travelled up to Milton Keynes on Tuesday, and he'll be a massive part because he is still, even at a young age, is a massive character within the dressing room, and he'll still be fully involved in that. And I know if there's anyone going to get back as quick as they possibly can from that injury, it's going to be him. So his season's not over by any means, and I know he'll be working extremely hard to get back in that Sutton shirt as quick as he possibly can.
And he's one player's disappointments, another's opportunity, and I guess Kobe will be really keen to be fit for tomorrow because he's sort of been the understudy centre back for a long time, and now he would see himself as having a real chance.
Yeah, because I've always said I've got 3 really strong centre halves, and Kobe, I feel, has been very, very unlucky in recent years. He got the shirt in the National League 2 seasons ago in the National League, and played the first, I believe, 8 games, and certainly had the shirt, and because Goody and Louis got injured in pre-season, and Kobe was outstanding, and then he suffered the kidney injury, which was extremely serious and kept him out for months at Yeovil. So it was a huge blow to him. And literally a huge blow to him. So he unfortunately missed a fair chunk of that season. Then he came back really fit and firing for pre-season last year. Got patient, got his chance in the team, had the shirt again, and was playing very, very well. And then made an unbelievable tackle at Tranmere away. Unfortunately, came out the wrong side of it and hurt his foot there. And again, missed another couple of months. And just when he was getting his run going, he picked up an injury. I had to unfortunately chuck him in at Bristol Rovers away, which was probably not fair on him, but I had no other choice for the long layoff that he'd had. But now he's come back fit, and he'll be certainly looking to have a run of games now, that's for sure.
And elsewhere in the team, Will Randall and Sam Hart have been missing. Are they like to feature tomorrow?
Yeah, Sam's back in training, so that's good news from his little illness complications he's had going on there. Seeing a specialist or 2, so he's basically getting the all clear to join back in now. And Will's a really bad dead leg, to be honest, but just in recent days we've seen a drastic improvement. So yeah, he's really close as well.
And otherwise, everybody fit from Tuesday. And another factor, I guess, on tomorrow is going to be the heat. Not sure that we'll have ever played a game in if the temperatures that they're talking about are right. How do you prepare? Is there a way to prepare for playing in that sort of heat?
The biggest thing I think is your preparation and hydration, obviously leading into the game. But unfortunately, when the kickoff comes, you might have to tweak certain things. I'm sure there'll be drinks breaks in there as well. Make sure the safety of the players is paramount, and make sure they're hydrated constantly. And then the benefit of using your subs as well at the right times for the right players. So it will be probably the worst conditions for me. It's horrible when it's that hot. And that's just for me as the manager, let alone running around there for 90 minutes. So I'll have my towel on the side as well, Tony, and probably a hat on as well. Just making sure I'm all right.
Very, very sensible. We've put all the safety instructions on the website today from the DCMS, and I'm sure that was in them. Well, Matt, we wish you well tomorrow. It's being in a busy week because Crewe and Grimsby away next week. It's going to be an arduous week, and we hope it starts in a good manner tomorrow. Yeah,
exactly, because what a great game it was and a great crowd we had against Newport, but then the away support we had at Doncaster and Milton Keynes, and when we spoke to both managers after the game, they commented on the away support and was loud noise in their numbers, which we really appreciate as management and as players. And I know it's a really hot day there tomorrow, but I'm sure we can get good home support in there tomorrow to see us back at home. And then back in their numbers on the road for Crewe and Grimsby, and as you say, for another big and tough week. So, no, we appreciate all the support as well, and we look forward to tomorrow's game.
Brilliant. We'll see you tomorrow, Matt. All the best for the game, and we'll catch up with you afterwards.
Brilliant. Cheers, Tony. Thanks a lot.